And go.
In the book, Cyrano de Bergerac, there's a man, Cyrano de Bergerac, who has a large nose. Unfortunately, because of his large nose, he isn't able to love the woman of his childhood, really, Roxane. They're cousins, but it's alright, because it's France, and you can do that kind of thing. He's been put in the friend zone his whole life, and he finally decides he's going to do something about it. Unfortunately, nothing really happens because Roxane, the inept, selfish, and ignorant woman, doesn't recognize that this is the real man that she should love. It is stupid, okay? Being in the friend zone sucks, and
Peyton knows all about the friend
I
zone.
know all about it. We're just going to get on with the debate. In Act 5, Scene 6, page 223, Cyrano ends his life with saying, "The noblest battles are fought in vain." Unfortunately, the battle between his real love for Roxane and Roxane's suckiness is one that can't be won. You know, he has to meet her halfway, and that doesn't happen because she's so blinded by appearance, which, according to Merriam-Webster, the definition of vain is having or showing an excessively high opinion on one's appearance, abilities, or worth. Roxane is vain, and here's how. In a conversation that takes place in Act 2, Scene 6, page 74, they have a conversation about when they were younger. It goes through, playing with swords, corn silk, several games, eating blackberries before they were ripe, and then Roxane says, "You always did whatever I wanted." She took advantage of that. Cyrano then replies, "You weren't yet known as Roxane. In short skirts, you were still called Magdalene," which is funny because in French that means muffin. So if you can put that together, short skirts, muffin. Then Roxane replies, "Was I pretty then?" Okay, really? This just shows how much of a slob she is and how much she only cares about herself and her worth. And of course, Cyrano, being the wonderful man he is, finds a way around it, saying, "You weren't ugly." And this is the humor that we love from Cyrano, his truth that we value. To end this, De Guiche finally asks Roxane, "Tell me, do you sometimes play tricks on people?" "What are you doing, April?" 1 minute left. I can do it. "Do you sometimes play tricks on people?" asks De Guiche, and Roxane replies, "Yeah, sometimes." Okay, how selfish can you really be, Roxane? She doesn't deserve Cyrano's love because all he's ever done is love her and write poems for her and send her letters, and he even went through the hardship of being put in the friend zone and helping his friend win her over and eventually get married, but he died, just karma. And that's really Cyrano de Bergerac. So, all in all, I'm Peyton Powers, and I approve this message.
That's your friends.
Yeah, I know. I'm not your friend now.
Da-da-da.
I'm your enemy.
Okay.
Okay.
Peyton told you everything about Cyrano, so I'm just gonna jump right in there. Okay. On the surface, Roxane comes off as a shallow, pretty girl who only is interested in looks. But below, all she wants is to be loved, and not in the physical way that Christian is interested in, but the emotional way that Cyrano provides. The emotional way, which Cyrano provides her. In Act 2, all she can do is talk about the letters, not Christian's looks. She quotes them and brags about them, making Cyrano say, "You know all his letters by heart?" And she replies, "Every single one of them."
You look beautiful today. Anyways, continue.
In Act 4, proving my point, she joins the war because of Cyrano's letters, not Christian's face. Cyrano's letters made her miss him so bad. telling Christian, your thoughts outshine your beauty. I love you for your soul alone. And then, sadly, Christian dies in battle, and she thinks her world has come to an end because she will no longer get the emotional part of the relationship. But in Act 5, when De Guiche visits her at the monastery, convent, nun place, whatever you call it, nunnery, he asks if she is still in mourning, and she says, still in mourning, and still faithful. Meaning, she has not looked at another guy, thought about another guy, or talked to another guy, besides Cyrano, her best friend. But once she figures out that Cyrano wrote the letters, she realizes that she was in love with him, ugly or not, for his soul, not his face. There you go.
All right, and for the rebuttal.
Why did you guys help me?
Are you doing it?
Yes.
Come on, let's go.